Hi, welcome back to my channel, Coding Skill. As part of this video, we will learn how to find duplicate words in a string programmatically. So before getting into the details, what exactly a duplicate word means? If the same word repeated more than once within a given string or a sentence, then it will be considered as a duplicate word. For example, if you look at this particular string, the word you repeated more than once. And this particular word is called as a duplicate word within that given string. So I'll show you the four different approaches to implement the same in Java programming. The first approach I'll show you without using collections, and the next one using collections, and the third approach is using Java streaming API, and the last approach is using collections dot frequency method. Let's see how we can implement the same in Eclipse editor. Swing back to Eclipse editor, creating a Java class, selecting public static void main method, printing a message on the console requesting the user to enter a string. Creating scanner object and mapping it to input stream. Marked as an input. This method is going to read the data from the keyboard. Let's create a method which will take the given input value. This method is not going to return anything, hence it is declared as void type. I'll be printing within this method itself. Let's call this particular method from our main program by passing the input string. The basic structure is ready. Let's implement the functionality here. Well, for documenting purpose, I'm just giving information without using connections, right? First one, very clear. There is a split method which will take the character, which is going to split all the words with the space. Next, for loop into 0, so for each and every word, we are going to repeat this loop block. I'm declaring one counter variable, initializing with 0. Within the for loop, I'm making it as 1 to reinitialize for each iteration. For int j equal to I plus 1, I want my j value should be initialized from the next value of I. J less than j plus 1. If I So this is the primary condition. So we are comparing the current word with all the subsequent words. That's where the index is here, the I and J. If this matches, then what we are going to do? We are going to implement counter loop by 1, and we will initialize the current value of I with some value, empty value, to make it with some default value, so that we will ignore that particular value down the line. Yeah. All words of I not equal to 0, and count is than 1. If this condition is satisfied, means there is a duplicate word. So I'll print that duplicate word directly. Because we are marking here 0. So if it is not marked as 0 and the count is more than 1, then we will consider that as a duplicate word. Let's execute this particular program using the approach 1. Or repeated more than once, and you repeated more than once. And so you could see these are the duplicates. Let's switch to the second approach. I'm copying the method signature for the convenience. Let me make the old method as approach 1 to avoid, and this is approach 2. Second approach is what we have decided is to work with the collection, right? Using collection. In this, mostly we will use like what are the possible collections, and to see the implementation of we can implement. We already got the value string to the function. So all str same way what we did in the approach 1, we are doing the same thing to spread the string value. Declaring set object to hold this method is going to hold all the string values and organize the inputs. Declaring one more set variable. Use the for each loop. So for each word, we will check if So what this line is going to do, we will try to add each and every word into all strings. Suppose if this fails, so that means that particular word is already existing in that all strings variable. In that case only we will store that particular value in duplicate string. So what we have to do, we'll have to start with the negate condition, because if it is failed, only in that case we will have to store it in duplicate string variable. Once we are done with this, that's fine. So we are done with the second approach. This is much simpler compared to the first approach one. Let's run the program again. Second approach. So here we got only one duplicate word, 2. And the reason for getting the brackets is we are directly printing the collection object, directly the set collection object. Want to make it more efficient, you can also use some kind of iterations to display this value, but I'm making it simple because I want the program to deal with duplicate strings at high level. Let's back to third approach. I'm copying the signature. I'll also do rename. Third approach is using Java Streams API. So far we have seen the first approach and second approach using without using collections and with using collections. Now we'll switch back to the third one, which is using the API, streaming API. Here also I'm using the split method, same way what we have used earlier. This method is going to split the string value using a space and collect all the values and make it into the list object. The single end will it will take care of everything. I've also organized the imports to avoid compilation issues. Next, map with count. Exact semicolon. I'll bring this line to single line, sorry, multi-line. I've also organized inputs for the better readability. And this is going to capture all the words. This will create a map object for each and every word and along with the counter variable. How many occurrences and everything. And the next one is again we'll declare a map. Duplicate declaring variable with the exact naming like what exactly the it's going to hold for the better understanding. Voice map. Next set and after next line. Next line. Using the two map, that right. And to the get key dot get value. Learn as import should be the java.map. So first is a different operator here, typo error. I'll try to take into the next line so that it's easy to read. So now we have captured the duplicate votes along with the counter variable. So what we need to do is just simply print the values from your duplicate count variable, and it is in the form of key value page, right? So what I'll do, I'll just get key set. So I'm only print only the keys. Key will be your word and the value will be your counter variable. That's when your program using a third approach. So what is the duplicate word within this given string? This is using a third approach. Let's switch back to fourth approach. Let's make this as approach code. There is a specific method within the collections. We will be using that particular method to check that frequency and everything. This is also a very simple method. Using collections frequency method. So we will The first step is to split our array using a space character. We got all the words in a string array. Convert this into list object. Words list. So all the string array values are converted into your list object. So declare as set unique words. So set is going to maintain only unique values, right? So once you pass all the list object into set, this set is going to return only unique words. For string, I'm using for each loop. If corruption frequency. So here we're checking if the count is more than 1, then you will print that particular word. That's all. So this method is going to make the magic. If it would give us the out, if occurrence is more, then it's going to make the condition as true, otherwise it's going to be false. Let's run the fourth approach. So overall duplicates are R. You see that more than 1, and you see that more than 1. Let's run it again. So word thank and you this repeated more than once. So these are the four different approaches. And you might be wondering, I'm just coding only methods and not invoker. So the reason for it, I'm invoking every time the standard method name without changing any name. So after completing the method only, I'm changing it to the numbering to avoid compilation issue. Finally, this is the fourth approach, which doesn't have any method name. Thanks for watching the video. In case if you are having any questions, please do let me know. Please like the video and share it with your friends. And also subscribe to my channel in case if you are visiting for the first time. If you are looking for any specific program, also please let me know. I'll try to make the video as early as possible for you. Thank you once again. Bye.